Internet's miracle antibiotic withstands scientific investigation in the online ocean of self-help proclamations, strange decoctions, and peculiar natural treatments. There are some pearls. Social media posts featuring strange decoctions and peculiar natural treatments flood the internet daily, offering hope to those seeking alternatives to established pharmaceutical approaches. A growing number of people are striving to increase their knowledge about herbal remedies, self-applied formulas, and homemade plant-derived compounds, also known as phytopharmaceutical. Although this trend certainly spreads awareness and responsibility for one's well-being, not all health news circulating on the internet is trustworthy. With the advent of every new movement come those who want to exploit innocent souls for personal profit and power. Therefore, it is smart to apply the principle of caveat emptor caution, common sense, or simply a buyer beware attitude. The latest antibiotic hypone miracle remedy, hailed as the most powerful antibiotic, is a concoction of only 4 components: turmeric, ginger, honey, and the surprise ingredient of vanilla. Armin Adamjan, the TikTok star behind Creative Explained, advises his viewers to take 1 teaspoon of this golden elixir per day to see their bodies heal. The recipe for this mixture on his channel is as follows: cup of honey 1 tsp, turmeric tsp, ginger 1 tsp, vanilla. How simple. But bear with me. Homing in on the critical details, if the formula withstood scientific testing, it would seem phenomenal, indeed. As reported in The Lancet, the world faces an ever-growing number of antimicrobial resistances and an ever-increasing burden on modern healthcare systems. According to the paper, the global threat of antimicrobial resistance AMR can be narrowed down to 6 leading pathogens for deaths associated with AMR: Escherichia coli, followed by Staphylococcus aureus, Klebsiella pneumoniae, Streptococcus pneumoniae, Acinetobacter baumannii, and Pseudomonas aeruginosa. AMR is especially problematic in hospitals, clinics, and other healthcare settings. According to findings presented in a 2019 International Journal of Molecular Sciences article, up to 15% of hospitalized patients are affected by healthcare-associated infections. Turmeric, natural first aid treatment for inflammation, pain, fever, and more. Consequently, treating at least minor infections at home is becoming increasingly enticing for many. This article will carefully examine all the ingredients to see whether this wondrous elixir making the rounds online can withstand scientific evaluation. Turmeric as an alternative antibiotic. An observational in vitro study shows that curcuma longa, commonly known as turmeric, is especially useful for combating 2 of the above-mentioned pathogens. Researchers attempted to treat Escherichia coli and Staphylococcus aureus with a crude turmeric paste, and compared that with an aqueous liquid extract and conventional antibiotics. During the year-long examination, all 3 methods completely inhibited the growth of the bacteria. Another in vitro study in 2023 found that an extract of the turmeric rhizome can eradicate Proteus mirabilis and the multi-drug-resistant Klebsiella. Turmeric and its antibiotic qualities also have been studied in the animal world and deemed an alternative to antibiotics in poultry nutrition, according to a 2023 publication in Translational Animal Sciences. Keeping thousands of chickens in confined quarters has made the use of antibiotics essential in oversized poultry farms and ignited calls for powerful alternatives for antimicrobial-resistant infectious diseases. Curcumin, the active compound in turmeric, is active against a wide range of resistant bacteria and has shown antimicrobial effects. Turmeric is something of a jack of all trades, as the yellow-orange root has even more health benefits than its antibiotic properties. Curcumin has an anti-inflammatory, antioxidative, antinosepsitive, antiparasitic, anti-malarial effect, and it is used as a wound-healing agent, a 2022 study published in the journal Antibiotics reads. Sometimes there is a problem with the bioavailability of curcumin in human beings, the review states, caused by poor curcumin absorption in the small intestine, fast metabolism, and fast systemic elimination. However, that should not be a hindrance, as there is no such thing as overdosing on turmeric. Tests showed that we can tolerate a high dosage of turmeric without side effects. Additional research published in Molecular Pharmaceutics confirms these findings and found that curcumin has broad effects against cancer, cardiovascular diseases, diabetes, arthritis, neurological diseases, and Crohn's disease. Ginger, another wondrous ingredient, is another phytopharmaceutical that is being used as an alternative antibiotic in poultry. A 2020 review published in the journal Animals evaluated a number of studies and found that ginger thwarts and controls intestinal pathogens and offers promise as an alternative to antibiotics. Research published in Molecules investigated the essential oil of ginger in an in vitro study. It was shown to be effective against two of the bacterial strains resistant to antibiotics, Staphylococcus aureus and Escherichia coli. Ginger's components zingiberine and alpha-curcumin, in particular, seem to be effective antimicrobial ingredients. According to the experts, ginger has potential as a nutraceutical, a food that has a medicinal benefit. The significance of medicinal plants as alternatives to conventional antibiotics was highlighted in a Nigerian publication in the Scientific World Journal. Ginger, as one of a plethora of medicinal plants traditionally grown in Nigeria, is noted by the review to be a worthy complementary therapy when fighting against multi-drug-resistant pathogens. The paper even mentions that ginger not only is a great antibiotic alternative, but also lacks toxic side effects that regularly accompany conventional medicine. Often used in traditional Asian medicine, zingiber officinal var. Rubrum, or simply red ginger, is another notable variety with abundant health benefits and bioactive constituents. A 2022 review noted the plant's immunomodulatory, antihypertensive, antihyperlipemic, antihyperuricemic, antimicrobial, and exhibiting cytotoxic activities. Honey, more than a sweetener. Most medical literature highlights honey's wound-healing properties, but the sweet delight proves valuable internally as well. A 2023 in vitro study in the journal Antibiotics of honey's antibiotic effects as more than a topical skin treatment found that ginger-enriched honey, in particular, has healing qualities that attenuate QS quorum sensing virulence factors and biofilm formation of P. aeruginosa, one of the problematic resistant bacteria. A research review published in the Journal of Medicinal Food explains the healthy effects of ingesting honey. It decreases hormone-like lipids called prostaglandins and exerts prebiotic effects in our bodies. This is good, as these factors control inflammation, encourage healing processes, and support microbial control. Although honey seems to be a wonderful alternative antibiotic, over the past decade, this golden elixir has been found to be contaminated with pesticides, heavy metals, and more, according to a review in the World Scientific Journal. For this reason, it is important you get honey from a local, trusted source and be wary of cheap imported honey. Conventional heating techniques used to pasteurize honey can also affect its medicinal qualities. A 2023 study found that these techniques even have the potential to form toxic compounds. The researchers introduced ultrasonication as a preservation method, but noted that more research in the field is needed. You can purchase unpasteurized raw honey as an alternative. As with all ingredients, quality should be taken into consideration. At the very least, check the food label for the country of origin and the composition of the honey to ensure that it is free of additives. These issues aside, science has verified honey's antibacterial qualities. Vanilla, the surprise ingredient. Another ingredient with extreme variability in quality is vanilla. As one of the most popular essences, pure vanilla extract can be expensive. Imitation vanilla flavorings are readily available, but do not hold the same medicinal qualities as the pure plant product. According to a review in the International Journal of Food Sciences and Nutrition, vanillin, the major component of vanilla pods, is often commercially blended or altered. Therefore, be aware of the quality of products you purchase. Seemingly, all research on vanilla as a medicinal compound has been conducted in recent years. Studies suggest that vanilla is a novel therapeutic strategy against some bacteria and in relation to multi-drug-resistant bacteria. A 2022 research review published in the European Journal for Microbiology and Immunology found that vanilla ingredients provide novel treatment options for infections with multi-drug-resistant bacteria. Vanilla's role has long been more than that of a flavoring agent. Vanillin or vanillin acid, the active ingredient in vanilla, has a history as a health beneficial ingredient with antimicrobial effects. A 2021 research review supports that vanilla has antibacterial and antibiotic qualities and suggests that vanillin has the potential to be used as an antibiotic adjuvant in the future. Blueberries make the top 10 list of most consumed fruits in the United States, coming in at number 7. These small, nutrient-rich berries have notable amounts of vitamin K, manganese, vitamin C, copper, and more. These and other nutrients mean blueberries offer a long list of health benefits. In 2017, Food and Nutrition Research published a review of several studies looking at anthocyanins and anthocyanins, the water-soluble pigments that give blueberries their hue. These pigments possess antioxidative and antimicrobial activities, improve visual and neurological health, and protect against various non-communicable diseases, such as heart disease, diabetes, autoimmune diseases, and cancer, noted the review. Tannins, in particular proanthocyanidins and L-arginins, are bioactive compounds responsible for certain health benefits. Their antioxidant capacity makes them powerhouses for preventing inflammation, cardiovascular problems, and even fighting the risk of cancer, confirms a research review in the International Journal of Molecular Science. Tannins are also part of a group called phenolic compounds. These are phytochemicals with small molecules that have at least one phenol unit. Other familiar subgroups are curcuminoids or coumarins with anti-tumor and anti-cancer properties of their own. Anti-Cancer Fruita 2013 review published in Anti-Cancer Agents in Medicinal Chemistry found several studies that showed blueberries' potential as anti-cancer fruit. Researchers focused their studies on a wide spectrum of research that included clinical trials, testing in live specimens in vivo, and in test tubes in vitro. The results showed the promising effects of blueberries and their active constituents as effective anti-cancer agents, both in the form of functional foods and as nutritional supplements. The findings suggest that blueberries inhibit the formation of cancer cells by hindering normal cell mutation into cancerous ones. This is accomplished by preventing the creation of pro-inflammatory molecules, as well as reducing oxidative stress and its effects, which can lead to increased cell death and DNA damage. Novel cancer therapy. Nearly 40% of individuals will suffer from cancer during their lifetime. Finding new treatments and methods to help patients remain in remission was the goal of a group of scientists who published their findings in the journal Pathology Oncology Research. They reviewed available studies and published Beyond Conventional Medicine: A Look at Blueberry, a cancer-fighting superfruit. This promising summary of the research gives us a reason to eat more blueberries in the effort to improve our health through nutrition and lifestyle changes. Eating a handful of blueberries daily may improve brain function, lower blood pressure. The National Foundation for Cancer Research wrote an article about a blueberry extract being researched as an adjunct in radiation therapy. A 2019 paper published in Pathology Oncology Research highlights the use of blueberry extract specifically linked to cervical cancer. The test group that received the extract while receiving radiation therapy good results, indicating that blueberry might be used as a potential radiosensitizer to treat CC cervical cancer, declared the authors of the study. Another study focused on blueberry extract in relation to breast cancer treatment. Done on cell lines in mice, it found that phytochemicals in blueberry extract possess active compounds preventing the manifestation of cancer, especially in triple-negative breast cancer cell lines. Triple negative because these cancer cells are missing estrogen and progesterone receptors, as well as most or all of the protein HER2, according to the American Cancer Society. This research suggests eating blueberries is a valuable strategy for preventing breast cancer in humans. Eating blueberries may lower the growth of tumors and decrease certain markers OCT and FCAPAB, which are measured for metastatic potential. What is the correct dosage? How does one accomplish a condensed intake of blueberries? Can I eat enough blueberries? The same researchers looked at the amount of blueberries the mice had been fed in the study and translated that into human-sized numbers. They arrived at the following dosage: 203 gram per kilogram human or 120 grams for 3 oz of fresh blueberries or day for a 60 kilograms, 1 to pound person. The study recommends 1 6-ounce serving of fresh blueberries per day to receive a super health boost. The team of researchers points out that enjoying America's favorite berries could be an important part of dietary cancer prevention strategies. A 2020 study published in Experimental Oncology also tested a blueberry extract produced by using the alcohol extraction method. The results are very promising and provide further proof that blueberry extract can inhibit the growth and decrease cell adhesion and migration of different cancer cell lines. Unfortunately, research revealed that 9% of all tested blueberries were contaminated with malathion, a chemical of the group organophosphates which is toxic to insects and mammals. In fact, the International Agency for Research on Cancer classified the poison that harms the human nervous system as probably carcinogenic. Phosmid is another chemical toxin that was found on 10% of tested blueberries. The National Library of Health characterizes it as follows: cancer classification, suggestive evidence of carcinogenicity. According to the UG, some of the tested blueberries showed traces of up to 17 different pesticides. For this reason, wash blueberries well and choose organic whenever possible. If you cannot afford organic, it is worth noting that the health benefits of fresh produce outweigh the risks posed by pesticides and herbicides.